Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Red Dead Redemption 2 video, we're going to be taking a look at Arthur Morgan in the Epilogue. So, I'm sure there's a lot of you guys that were unsatisfied or unhappy with the ending of the main quest and main story of Red Dead Redemption 2, where Arthur actually dies. I'm sure you either A, didn't want to see that happen, or B, just enjoyed playing as Arthur, hearing him interact with the world and engaging with other people. And that's not a knock on John Marston, it's just some people might prefer playing as Arthur Morgan. Well, as you guys know, when you transition to the Epilogue, you really don't have a choice because Arthur passes away and you move on to John's life. Well, the other day I stumbled across these really cool videos by a user, Meloo. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description. He uploads a lot of gaming videos, some Red Dead Redemption 2 stuff as well, where he was actually able to play as Arthur in the Epilogue. And when I first ran across his video, I was like, what the heck? Is this real? Is this some sort of secret ending where Arthur actually lives and he goes about interacting with, other characters normally and just, goes on living his life? And then I noticed that there was a cutscene where Arthur and Abigail sort of like hugged and kissed each other. And I was like, okay, that seems a bit random. And I was like, okay, something fishy is going on here. That doesn't seem too right. And so I ended up doing a little bit more research, and it turns out that what this actually was editing the save files. And I had no idea that you could even do this, but apparently you can. Now, I don't know how to go about doing this. Again, I will leave videos in the description that actually show you how this can be done. But essentially, you have to save your save file to a USB. Then you have to open that file on a PC with some sort of program that actually allows you to basically play as Arthur in the Epilogue. So this is something that cannot be done naturally, in case you guys are wondering, but it does lead to some really, really cool outcomes. And that's what I want to sort of show you guys in this video today. Just a couple of clips that I stumbled upon that are really cool. And then I want to sort of have a discussion on if you thought the ending of Red Dead Redemption 2 is good, and if you wish Arthur could explore areas in the Epilogue. So the first clip I'm going to show you guys today is actually Arthur at Pronghorn Ranch. It looks very, very weird, I'll tell you that. Let's take a listen to this clip and then we'll talk about it afterwards.
Mr. Geddes, this is the new ranch hand I told you about.
Well, I heard you had some trouble with your welcome, but you kept your nerve and protected my property. I'm David Geddes. Pleased to meet you. You work hard, you be honest, you'll get your keep, I promise you that.
Boy has a family.
Oh, lucky man. Then you better work extra hard. Good day,
Howdy, sir.
Gentlemen. Sir.
You hear that? Extra hard. Hey, get over here.
Mr. Dickens?
Go find old Jim Milton here something to do. Make sure he works extra hard.
Sure, Mr. Dickens. You fine with milking?
It sounds wonderful.
Hey, we're gonna make a dairy maid of your paw yet. Enough, Jim. Come on.
I ain't even gonna ask where you been. My lord. What have I done to deserve this?
So obviously, as you guys noticed there wasn't any voice by Arthur because he isn't actually programmed to speak any of these lines by default, which is pretty interesting. So any voices of Arthur that you hear were simply added by Meloo, which again, I'll leave a link to his channel in the description. You should totally check this out. So these are really cool fan-made sort of cutscenes. But either way, it is interesting to see Arthur milking a cow and Arthur hugging Abigail and interacting with Jack. And that's just really funny to me. So the next scene is actually Arthur building a house, which, as you guys know, John builds Beecher's Hope. And it's a little bit awkward without the music, which is one of the best sort of scores in the entire game. But nevertheless, I will show you this clip of Arthur actually building Beecher's Hope with Charles Smith and Uncle, which looks very, very strange.
Woo, Arthur! It is you! Well, I thought you was dead, boy! Dead!
Hey, Uncle.
Come here. I saw you going into the bank, and by the looks of things, you ain't robbed it.
All right, well, I should be getting on.
All these years, you ain't changed a bit. Maybe a little bit. I thought you was dead.
Well, I'll leave you to your important work.
Oh, I'm real sick. Lumbago. It's a slow and painful death, my brother. Have a little pity, will you? Huh?
All right, well.
All right. Gentlemen, to this happy home. Well, at least till this fool gets his woman back.
And the last clip we're going to be taking a look at today is Arthur going to hunt down Micah with Sadie and Charles. And this is by far the strangest because, you know, this scene is supposed to be so iconic with John Marston, Dutch, and Micah, and it's weird to see Arthur doing this. So take a listen to this right here.
Abigail?
Sadie.
Charles? I found him. I found Micah.
No.
I got a lead. One of his boys wanted for murdering a woman. Been seen drinking in Strawberry. If we can get to him, he'll lead us to Micah. But I gotta go now. You coming?
No. He's not coming.
I will.
That's your business. His business is here.
Okay.
No, I'm begging you. No! You risk all this? For what? For Micah?
You gonna pass out in your own shit again?
Of course.
Please!
Micah! Come and get me, you bastard! Micah!
Hello, Scarface. Did you miss me?
Look at you. Toughest flower in the bunch.
You shot me.
You shot me pretty good.
So again, those are just a handful of the scenes in which you can do with stuff like this, but it is really cool. And remember, this is just missions that we're looking at here. This doesn't include all the free roaming you could potentially do as Arthur in the epilogue. So that's really cool. This is technically one way in which you can explore all of New Austin as Arthur. And what's cool about this is great for photos, this is great for role playing, this is great for just doing something interesting. And like I mentioned earlier, even though this doesn't affect the outcome of the story, obviously, it is really cool to see. Now, I do want to talk about that, and let's talk about the ending. Are you disappointed that once again, the protagonist in Red Dead Redemption 2 ends up dying? Arthur Morgan ends up passing away. Now, I thought his story was really, really good, how Arthur basically sacrifices himself so that John Marston can survive. But I liked Arthur so much that it was really sad to see him pass away. And even though we played as Arthur for 6 chapters, I still feel as if there was so much I don't know about him. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean that I wish I was able to basically explore more of his life before we actually start the game. Like, I want to be able to explore New Austin and all of that area normally as Arthur. I want to know more about the gang before people like Micah and Charles Smith and Lenny join, when they're in Blackwater, and even before that. So I am really hopeful that Rockstar do a story mode DLC where we can get some of this background information, because I just feel like our time with Arthur was so short. I mean, John gets the entire epilogue, and he gets all of Red Dead Redemption. So we basically get like 1.5 stories for him, but we only really get like 80% of a story of Arthur. And I think it would be amazing if Rockstar like filled in that rest 20% with maybe a story before we actually get to experience the main game in Chapter 1. But anyways, that's all the information that I've got for you guys in this video today. Hopefully you did enjoy. Again, be sure to check out Meloo's channel in the description. I'll leave a link to that. And let me know what you think about Arthur doing all these crazy tasks in the epilogue. If you did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you like daily Red Dead Redemption 2 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.